Hello and welcome to AKM's English class. Let's learn and make others learn.
Dear friends, today we'll discuss about direct and indirect speech. As all of you know, English grammar plays a very important role in all types of examinations. So far as English grammar is concerned, direct and indirect speech plays a vital role in any competitive examination. Whether you are appearing any school-based examination or any banking examination or SSC or any civil service examination or any teacher eligibility test or any teacher recruitment test, you will definitely get 4 to 5 questions in almost all competitive examinations, so also in CBSE class 10th board examinations. Hence, it is very crucial to have a detailed study of direct and indirect speech. In this video, I'll be discussing about the definition of direct and indirect speech and some rules for changing direct speech into reported speech with proper examples. So let's start. In English language, there are mainly two ways of conveying what someone else has said. That's why speech is divided into two types. The first one is direct speech and the second one is indirect speech. Direct speech is otherwise called as quoted speech and indirect speech is otherwise called as reported speech. You have to remember this because in so many exams, question may come like this: change the following sentences into reported speech. So if you don't know about what's reported speech is, so it will create problem for you. So not to get panic, because indirect speech is otherwise called as reported speech. So both indirect speech and reported speech are exactly same. Now, what's the definition of direct speech? Direct speech is quoting the exact words spoken by the speaker within inverted commas or quotation marks. So, as the definition says, direct speech is quoting the exact words spoken by the speaker. If we are quoting the exact words spoken by the speaker. Suppose someone has told something and we are quoting all those words spoken by that person and we are putting all those words inside inverted commas or quotation mark, then it will be called as direct speech. For example, the girl said, I will participate in the dance competition. So as you can see, here, I will participate in the dance competition. These are the words spoken by the girl. So these words are put inside the quotation mark, inside the inverted commas. That's why it is called direct speech. On the other hand, indirect speech is an indirect way of reporting what someone else has said. So in indirect speech, we report the words spoken by someone in an indirect way. Okay, so there is no use of inverted commas or quotation marks. For instance, the girl said that she would participate in the dance competition. So as you can see, there is no use of any inverted commas or commas in this sentence. That's why it is called indirect speech or reported speech. Now, have a look on the changes in reported speech. What are the sum of the changes that takes place in reported speech or indirect speech. First one is omission of commas and inverted commas. The second one is use of that, and it is optional because sometimes we use that and sometimes we don't use that. Then there is change of pronoun, and the fourth one is change of tense, and the fifth one is changes in adverbs of time and place. Now look at one more example. Jack said, I am eating now. This is direct speech. And if we change this sentence into repeated speech, then it will be Jack said that he was eating then. Now look at the changes. Direct speech. Jack said, I am eating now. Indirect speech. Jack said that he was eating then. So what are the changes? As you can see, the first change is omission of speech markers. Omission of speech markers. So comma and inverted commas used in direct speech are no more used in indirect speech. The second one is use of that, and it is optional but we have used here. So as you can see, that is used in indirect speech. And the third one is change of pronoun. So as you can see, I is changed into he in reported speech. So whenever there is pronoun, we have to change it in reported speech. And the fourth one, or the most important one, is change of tense. So as you can see here, am is changed into was in reported speech. So this is very important. And the fifth one is change in adverbs of time and places. But here it is only adverb of time. Now it's changed into then. So these are some of the changes that we did in indirect speech. Now have a look on changes of pronoun. While we change any direct speech sentence into indirect speech sentence. I is changed into he or she. You change into I, he, she, they. We is changed into they. Me changes into him, her. You change into him, her, us, them. Us can be changed into them. My can be changed into his, her. Your will be changed into my, his, her, our, their. Our can be changed into their. Mine will be changed into his, hers. Yours will be changed into mine, his, hers, theirs, ours. Ours will be changed into theirs. So these are some of the changes of pronoun when we change any direct speech sentence into indirect speech. So we have to remember all these by our heart. Now look at change in adverb of time and place. What are some of the changes that take place when we change any direct speech sentence into indirect speech? For example, this can be changed into that, these will be changed into those, now will be changed into then, here will be changed into there, today will be changed into that day, tomorrow will be changed into the next day, the following day, the day after. So these are the three changes we can do with tomorrow, the next day, the following day, and the day after. And we have to remember all these three, and we can use any one of them. Likewise, yesterday can also be changed into the last day, the previous day, and the day before. We can use any one of these three. So these are the some of the changes in adverb of time and place when we change any direct speech sentence into indirect speech. And these are very important so far as turning direct speech sentence into indirect speech sentence is concerned. Before going straight to the rules of changing direct speech into indirect speech, let's have a look on two types of verbs. So mainly verb can be divided into two types in the context of direct and indirect speech. First one is reporting verb and the second one is reported verb. And what is the reporting verb? The verb by which the speaker reports. The verb by which the speaker reports is the reporting verb. And what is reported verb? The verb that is inside the inverted commas. For example, direct speech, Henry said, I am watching television. I am watching television. So as you can see here in direct speech, there are mainly two verbs in this sentence. One is said and the second one is am watching. So said is here called as reporting verb because with the help of this verb said, the speaker, and who is the speaker here? Henry. Henry is the speaker and he reports something with the help of which verb? Said. That's why said is called as reporting verb. Because with the help of this verb, the speaker, Henry, reports something. He tells something. On the other hand, the verb which is there inside the inverted commas or the reported part, this verb is called as reported verb. This verb is called as reported verb and the whole part I am watching television, this whole part can be called as reported part. Okay, so we have to remember these two verbs, reporting verb and reported verb, because this will play a very important role while we discuss the rules of changing direct speech into indirect speech. And if we change this sentence into indirect speech, what will be the answer? Henry said that he was watching television. This will be the answer. Now let's discuss some of the rules of changing direct speech into indirect speech. Rule number 1. If the reporting verb is in present tense or future time, then there will be no change in tense in reported speech. Only changes in pronoun or adverb of time or place will occur. So this is very important rule, rule number 1. And what rule number 1 says, if the reporting verb is in present tense or future time. So reporting verb present tense or future time. Okay, so then what will happen? There will be no change in tense in reported speech. So when we change the direct speech into indirect speech, then there will be no change of tense. Only what will change? Only changes in pronoun or adverb of time will occur. So look at the example. You will understand it clearly. Direct speech, Rohan says, I am a good boy. Rohan says, I am a good boy. Here, says is the reporting verb. Here, says is the reporting verb because with the help of this verb, Rohan reports something. And the reported verb is am here. And the rule says if the reporting verb is in present tense or future time. So as you can see, the reporting verb says is here in present tense. So this rule will be applied here. Okay, so while we change this sentence into indirect speech, there will be no change of tense. So this is the indirect speech sentence. Rohan says that he is a good boy. So we do not change the tense of this sentence. Okay, only that can be used, and pronoun can be changed, and adverb of time and place can be changed, but no change in tense. Another example, if the reporting verb is in future time. So look at here, my father will say you need to read well. So here will say is the reporting verb, and as you know will say is in future time. So if the reporting verb is in future time and if we change this sentence in indirect speech, then there will be no change in tense. Okay, so the indirect speech sentence will be, my father will say that I need to read well. So the pronoun gets changed, that is used, and there is no change of any tense. Now let's move forward to rule number 2. If the reporting verb is in past tense and the reported verb is in present tense, then the reported verb will change into its corresponding past tense. So the rule number 2 says that if the reporting verb is in past tense, reporting verb past tense and reported verb in present tense, then what will happen? The reported verb will change into its corresponding past tense. So corresponding past tense means, as you can see here, simple present will change into past simple, present continuous will be changed into past continuous, present perfect can be changed into past perfect, and present perfect continuous will be changed into past perfect continuous. Now look at the examples. He said, I play cricket. He said, I play cricket. So as rule number 2 says, if the reporting verb is in past tense. So as you can see here, the reporting verb is said and it is in past tense. Then what will happen? The reported verb will change into its corresponding past tense. So here, I play, it is in simple present. So when we change this sentence into indirect speech, it will be changed into simple past. Okay, so present simple will change into present past simple. So the answer will be, he said that he played cricket. He played cricket. So I play present simple, he played past simple. So the pronoun also gets changed here. I changed into he. This is present simple. Now coming forward, present continuous. Okay, and the same rule, rule number 2, reporting verb in past tense and reported verb in present tense. So present continuous am playing will be changed into past continuous was playing, and the change of pronoun is also there, that is also used, and also there is one more change you can see here. Now that is adverb of time, it will be changed into then. Now will be changed into then. So he said that he was playing cricket then. Then present perfect. He said, I have played cricket. So here the reported verb is present perfect and the reporting verb is past tense. So the present perfect of reported verb will be changed into past perfect. He said that I will be changed into he, pronoun I will be changed into he, then have played, present perfect will be changed into past perfect, had played cricket. So the answer will be, he said that he had played cricket. Next, present perfect continuous. He said, I have been playing cricket. He said, I have been playing cricket. So this is present perfect continuous. So when the reporting verb is in past tense and we change present perfect continuous, then it will be changed into past perfect continuous. So the answer will be, he said that. I pronoun changed into he. Present perfect continuous have been playing will be changed into had been playing cricket. So the answer will be, he said that he had been playing cricket. So these are the some rules we have to remember. Okay, so rule number 2 says, when we change any direct speech into indirect speech, if the reporting verb is in past tense and the reported verb is in present tense, then the reported verb will change into its corresponding past tense. Corresponding past tense means simple present will change into simple past, continuous will be changed into continuous past, perfect will be changed into, sorry, present perfect will be changed into past perfect, then present perfect continuous will be changed into past perfect continuous. Then rule number 3, if the reporting verb is in past tense and the reported verb is also in past tense, then the reported verb will change according to the following rule. So it means if both the reporting and reported verbs are in past tense, then what are the changes that occur? Look at. Simple past will change into past perfect. Past continuous will change into past perfect continuous. Past perfect will change into past perfect. Past perfect continuous will change into past perfect continuous. So as you can see, in past perfect and past perfect continuous, there will be no change. It will remain same. Past perfect and past perfect continuous, but in simple past it will change into past perfect and past continuous will change into past perfect continuous. Now look at the examples of rule number 3. If both the reporting verb and reported verb are in past tense. For example, he said, I played cricket. So here, I played, the reported verb is in simple past, I played. So simple past will be changed into past perfect. So the answer will be, he said that. The pronoun will also change. Simple past will change into had played cricket. So the answer will be, he said that he had played cricket. Next example, he said I was playing cricket. So here the reported verb I was playing is the reported verb and it is in past continuous. So as rule 3 says, past continuous will be changed into past perfect continuous. So was playing will be changed into had been playing. So the answer will be, he said that he had been playing cricket. So like that, past perfect, he said I had played cricket. So past perfect, and rule 3 says that if the reported verb is in past perfect, then there will be no change. So had played will remain same as had played. Only that will be used and the pronoun will only change. So the answer will be, he said that he had played cricket. So like that, in case of past perfect continuous also the same thing will be there. Only the pronoun will be changed and only that will be used. So he said, I had been playing cricket. If we change this sentence into indirect speech, the answer will be, he said that. I will be changed into he and the past perfect continuous tense will remain same, had been playing cricket. So he said that he had been playing cricket. So these are the some rules with examples. Hope you have understood all the rules with examples. This much for today's video. In the next video, we'll discuss more about direct and indirect speech, how to change interrogative sentence, imperative sentence, and exclamatory sentence into indirect speech. So stay tuned with my channel to get latest notification. Subscribe it, like it, hit the bell button, and don't forget to share with your friends. Thank you and happy learning.